Welcome to the Crafter's Forge, and today I'm going to show you how to paint flesh tones without using washes. Let's get to it. Here's the enchantress of Zabulba, Kozakatl. We're going to use Abyssal Black and Lawful White. And our good old handy dandy flow improver. So first up, I'm going to use black, and I'm going to spray everything down just to cover that black primer, just to make sure that everything is at a certain black. So if anything happens, I can always go back to the right black. So we're going to cover up that primer with that Abyssal Black. Going to thin it down a little bit more, help make it flow. Spraying it right down. This is going to help with all the colors. Well, this Lawful White, which I'm going to turn into gray by marrying these two colors together, and it's going to help with the blending, the colors to actually blend into itself without any speckling. So here it is. It's still wet with that Abyssal Black. We're going to go Zenithal, top down, Zenithal highlight and pre-shade. Because I'm thinking that it's, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun's right on the highest peak. So now we're going to clean the pot, and now we're going to go straight white. Going to do the same thing. Going to do the same thing again. Zenithal highlight. You don't have to do the gray, but it helps with the transition for skin tone. And that's what I'm going to try to show right here. So Kozakatl means jewel from Nahuatl origins. Nahuatl is a group of natives of southern Mexico, Central America, and the Aztecs. I had to look it up. A little bit of history right there. So here we go. We're going to spray it a little bit more of that white. We thinned it down so it'd spray to the real thin. Here she is, Kozakatl's player card. So now for some colors, I'll be using some tan skin tones. Ruddy Skin, Flump Pink, and Corpse Pale. So we're going to put everything down on my little pocket wet palette that I made. I have an old stamp. Little stamp thing. I don't know. So I'm going to lay out my three colors for the skin tone. Here she is, all dry. This is the next day. Now it's time to apply some color. So first off, I'm going to take this Ruddy Skin, and I'm going to thin it right down to practically be like a thick glaze. Real thin, but enough to where I can only apply, I can apply it one coat and it'll be perfectly fine. As you see right here. Thinning your paints down will help with just how smooth your work's going to come out without showing any brush strokes or anything. So always thin your paints. So now we're going to put the boots of speed on, as you see right here. I'm not over applying this paint. I'm just doing a nice base coat first pass. So anytime that I'm having a hard time pushing the paint around, I'm going to go and reload my paintbrush with that paint. Because once you have a hard time, like right here, I started pulling up the paint. So now time to move on to the back. I'm moving in one direction, trying to keep it consistent. So I'm trying to paint her without using any washes. Now I'm taking some plump pink and mixing it with that Rudy skin to make a nice little mid-tone. Making these colors have a nice little transition. Applying on the highest points and where the light would hit the most. And doing this while the base coat is still wet to help marry these two colors together. Hitting the top of the calf. Locking it right in with that mid-tone. Hitting her belly again. Making sure it's all locked in before I add the highlight. There it is, all locked in. Alright, for the highlight, I'm going to mix the plump pink with a little bit of corpse pale. I'm going to hit her face. Making sure I get the highest points, like our forehead, her cheeks, her nose, and a little bit on her chin. Now I'm going to hit her shoulders, her biceps, hitting the top of her feet, her heel, right on the back of her calf, and her elbow, while everything is still somewhat wet. This just helps with blending everything together, like I said before. Applying this highlight, I'm trying not to hit as much, leaving all the other colors and transitions behind. Boom. She's looking pretty good. spot checking right here. There she is.
If you like these videos and tutorials, hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you'll get notified when I upload new videos.